Peace everyone, welcome to Earth Crowns. Today I am going to be doing an instructional tutorial. This particular tutorial is also along the lines of the hijab theme that I have got going over at my Earth Crowns page on Facebook and on Instagram. And so definitely for the ladies that follow me on either one, look for me in other platforms as well. So I've named this crown, I've named it Hijab braid crown because it's literally a braid in the hijab form. And again, you know, dealing with an aspect of Islam, I really love rediscovering myself and recreating myself in the hijab fashion. So for this crown, I am going to be using 3 scarves. The first one is this brown a solid rectangular scarf. The second one is a dark pink rectangular solid scarf. And the third one is a Sari scarf that has different shades of pink. Really is what I would consider this this Sari scarf to be, and it have great tinges of brown as well, which is why I'm using the brown solid scarf. So the first thing I'm gonna do, as usual, I am going to fold in this scarf 1/3 of the way. And again, as usual, I want to make sure that the scarf is equal in length when I place it on my head. And it seems like it is. Just have to move it a little bit more towards my left. And there we go, it's perfect. For this particular crown, hijab crown, I want my both ends, both tails on either side have to be the same size all throughout. So I am knotting it at the back. I'm not folding it in. Like I'm not doing the fold. I'm actually knotting it at the back. And again, you know, checking the sides to make sure that it's neat here. Now I'm taking the solid pink scarf. It's a bit more narrow. It's not as wide as the brown scarf, but I'm still going to fold it. I'm not folding it 1/3 in. I don't even know what to call this, if it's a 1/4 or what, but it's basically just the top tip like that. Okay, I like to fold it in because it gives it a nice, it just adds padding in the front here. And I'm placing it diagonally, so what this means is that the angle in which I am placing it in is coming towards the front of my right side of my face, and then the back of the scarf is going to be towards the left side. And I've also tucked it in because I want the brown to continue to show at the bottom, at the back. And again, I want the tails to be of equal length. And I'm doing what I've been doing, which is going like this so that it could be nice and neat in the front. And I'm also going to knot this one. I haven't knotted it yet. Okay, so I'm knotting it too. And there we go. So now I have 2 tails on each side from both scarves. Now I just want to turn around at this point so that you can see what the back looks like. Okay, there is really no order to the ties, but to the knots. So you just want to keep the knots like right with each other right there to make, because these are light scarves, it looks like it's just one knot. That's the cool thing about it. All right, so now I'm taking, the third step is I'm taking the sari, right? And if you notice, right, it has all these strips. I usually like to work with the strip that goes with the color theme that I'm going with. So for this for this one, I am folding as these two. If you notice, this is like kind of burgundy and bluish, but here we have this great line, pinkish line that goes. So I'm going to use these, which really emphasize on the pink lines, and I'm placing it in the middle here. Okay, the sari is being placed horizontally onto the head. Okay, so I want the ends to be of equal length, so that's why I'm moving it more towards my left, your right, and just, you know, really showing here the colors that I want to work with. Okay, all right. So the sari, I am not knotting. Okay, it's enough with the 2 knots that are in the back. Okay, I'm just folding it, and I'm gonna put this one under my armpit very quickly because I want to actually not this one, excuse me, this one. Okay, because what I want to do is I want to start working with these 3 tails that I have here on my right side. It shows as your left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start braiding the tails, and I want to make sure that the sari shows, right, the pinks and the browns. And here we go. So as I'm braiding, I'm just gonna continue to make sure that those colors are emphasized throughout the braiding process. Okay. And there we go. I'm not sure if you can see the bottom, but obviously, I mean, you get the point of how this braid is turning out. Okay, so when I get to the bottom, which I am, right, I'll show you what I'll do. Okay, I'm here, right? Basically, I just take these 3 and I kind of just swoop it around like this into a circle, and then I'm bringing the braid up diagonally from my right side towards the back of my left. Okay, and I am going to tuck it into the pockets that all these different scarves, 3 scarves have made. Actually, mainly just the 2 scarves. Now, I'm going to repeat the same process with this side. Okay, I want to again make sure that the sari will emphasize those luscious pink and brown tones and throughout the braiding process. So here we go. We're gonna basically just do the same thing. Just braid, and I'm tiptoeing so that you're able to see the braiding as it goes along, and I'm manipulating the sari so that the tones continue to show all throughout. And there we go. Continue the braiding. I'm almost reaching the end of all the tails. Okay, and I'm repeating the same thing, right? When I get to the bottom, I am basically just swirling it into one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it around my neck, right? And I'm going to place these things, I'm tucking it in literally under the other scarves, under the entire head wrap. And see, it doesn't need a pin. I'm shaking and it won't come off. If you want it a little looser, you can just loosen it up a bit, bring it out, but I like it like this. and so I'm gonna keep it like this. And so yeah, this is really it. This is why it's called hijab braid crown, because it's literally the braid going through the neck area, the head area, and it's just great to be able to play with, right? We all have variations of what dressing in 3/4, dressing culturally modest means, and for, you know, taking the Muslim example, right, the neck is big in a lot of modest cultures. And so, you know, being able to play around in a more modern context with the neck and the hijab and the scarves and the crown, right, is what I am trying to achieve here. And I feel like this is, for me, this is pretty good. This is a earring by the artist Ramel Jasir, and that's Atabe, the Taino fertility mothering goddess. So I'm gonna turn around. Peace, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this style is well received and you guys like it. So peace.